Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, as the title says, my gear for 2025. Gonna go through everything I have. There is still one purchase left, and that is, I've talked about this in previous videos, and I still haven't purchased it yet. It's the Venus Lau 100mm macro lens. I need to get the flash to go with that. I've researched on a lot of flashes and think I'm gonna go with this brand Neewer, Neewer. I looked at some of their flashes. The reason I like their flashes is because they come with the rechargeable battery, whereas even the Nikon flashes, they use like 4 AAA batteries. I don't want to have to be dealing with that, and I need to get the hood diffuser to go with that. If you're not into gear or anything like that, then don't watch this video. It's not for you. This is all about my gear, what I have. I can talk briefly about some of the gear, my likes and dislikes. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hit on all of that because I'm not as well versed in explaining the gear. I know how to use it, but explaining it and talking about it, well, I'll just go through my gear and what I have and anything that I can point out about what I like about the gear. So might as well start out with the main one, which is the Nikon Z7 II. It's a full frame mirrorless camera. My old camera, the Nikon D7200, which is this camera here. This camera is a single lens reflex DSLR camera with an APS-C sensor. The big difference between this camera and the Z7 II is when you're using neutral density filters, because it's a mirrorless camera, you can always see your composition, you can always focus in. But with the D7200, you can't do that. When you put a neutral density filter on the front of this camera, when you do that on the back of the LCD display, like if I put a 10-stop neutral density filter on this, I'm not going to see anything. It's going to be completely black. So what you have to do with this camera is you actually have to, before you put your neutral density filter on, you have to focus in on your subject. Then you can put on the neutral density filter and then take the picture at the long exposure. Speaking of long exposure, that's another reason why I like this camera, is it's got it built in where when I'm doing a long exposure, I can actually set the shutter speed. After 30 seconds, I can do 90 seconds, 120 seconds, so 2 minutes, 180 seconds, 240 seconds, 300 seconds, all the way up to 900 seconds. After 900 seconds, it hits bulb mode, and I haven't really played with that. The thing I like about that is after 30 seconds with the D7200, see here, so after 30 seconds with the D7200, it goes into bulb mode. And when you're in bulb mode, you got to use this, a remote shutter. And with this, then you can set like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. I guess after bulb mode, if I was shooting something after 900 seconds on the Z7 II, it goes to bulb mode, and then I would probably have to use this. It does have a feature that says time. I would have to read the manual in regards to that, but I can't see myself shooting anything longer than 3 minutes. I mean, I've never really had to do any long exposure or anything like that for that. I mean, I might find something in the future that requires, you know, super long shutter exposures, but for the most part, it's anyways. Yeah, so that's another thing I like about the Z7 II. It's got focus shift shooting. It's 45.7 megapixels. I like that. I do like the other features it has. Let me see here. Okay, so the other feature is that I like about this, and I haven't really used it. One of the reasons I haven't used this is because I keep forgetting about this. Choose image area. There I can do DX, which is 24:16. That will kind of let you zoom in a little bit more. Then you got the 5:4, the 1x1 and the 16x9. So the 5x4, that's more of like a box. Yeah, see, these are features I haven't played around with. And then the 16x9 is like widescreen. The only thing about those modes, I believe when you're in FX, you're getting the full 45.7 megapixels. As soon as you start reducing that, going down to the 24x16, 5x4, and then you got the 1x1 and then the 16x9. Any of those other four features other than FX, when you're using those, I think what it's doing is you're not using the full frame. You're not getting a full 45.7 megapixel shot. Not that the megapixels really matter. It depends on the scene and when you would actually use those. Like if you're taking a photograph of a tree and you don't want all the other mess inside, you might want to crop it with this feature in the camera. One of those features for sure that you would want to use would be the either the 5x4 or the 1x1 to crop from the sides and the top, just to get your one subject in the frame, and you don't want to have everything else mixed in to kind of screw up the photograph. I'm definitely not explaining that properly, but that's my way of thinking, and from watching other people, when they use those features, they can explain it way better than I am. So that's the Z7 II and the 24-120. On my vlogging camera, which is the Nikon Z30, I have the 14-30 millimeter S-line Nikon wide angle lens on the Z30, which I'm vlogging with right now. The other lens that I did purchase this year, and went through a bit of a kerfuffle with this, because this is the Viltrox 1.8, and I bought this specifically for astrophotography. Now, when I originally bought this, I had to buy it off Amazon, and that is going to be the same for the Venus Lau lens. Now, shout out to Amazon. Thank you very much for getting me this lens, because when you guys first shipped it to me, it was obviously used. Somebody had dropped it, and when they dropped it, it was all cracked around here. And when I saw that, I didn't even attempt to put it on the camera. I put it right back in the box, and I went through the process on Amazon to ship it back, and I knew I had to reorder it. They refunded me my full amount, and there was no issues, and I was very happy and very impressed with Amazon in regards to that. So yeah, got this for the astrophotography. I love this lens. I love the way it looks, the way it feels. It's good quality, but you know, don't drop your lenses. When I did get the Nikon Z30, it came with the kit lens. It's 16-50 millimeter. I never use it. I did use it at first. I could try and use it for vlogging, but I actually prefer the 14-30 millimeter for vlogging. What else is in my bag? And I'll get to the bag at the end. These are my Freewell neutral density filters. I've got, for the Viltrox, I got the step-up ring. And on the Nikon Z7 II, I also have the step-up ring, but I have it on there permanently all the time, because this was the lens cover for the 14-30, but because I have the step-up ring on the 24-120, the lens cover fits perfect. So I just went with that. With the 14-30, I have the magnetic lens cover that came with the Freewell kit. So yeah, those are my neutral densities. I have the circular polarizer. That's the 10-stop. That is the 6-stop, 3-stop. So those are the Freewell neutral density filters. This is all my GoPro stuff. GoPro Hero 10 with the media mod. Pro Hero 9. I can put the media mod on that if I wanted to. And then I got all the attachments in there for the GoPro's spare battery, the suction cup for the windshield in the car if I want to do any vlogging while I'm driving. So I was using the GoPros for the vlogging out in the field, and I still use them every now and then, but I bought the Z30 for that. And right now the Z30 is mounted on the DJI RS3 Mini Gimbal. I have the camera mounted on that right now. I've only used the gimbal a few times out in the field. It definitely takes some getting used to. One of the things I like about the gimbal is the fact, and I need to do this, I only did it once, and that's a moving time lapse where I can pan from left to right over a period of time, and the camera, when you're doing that, is taking a picture every 3 or 4 seconds over a 30-minute period, and then I stitched it all together and created a time lapse. It worked out okay, but it was a windy day, so it kind of made the water look kind of screwed up. It wasn't very good. It was okay. I would rather try and do something like that for a sunset with no wind on the water, or in an area where clouds are moving, you know, like trying to create something really neat looking. You need the perfect conditions for something like that though. Still using the DJI Mini 2 drone. I really like this drone. It's easy to use. You'd have to be, I don't want to use any bad words on here. You'd have to be a complete moron to crash this. Although, you know what? I have actually come close to crashing this drone. I've actually come very close to hitting water with it. You have to pay attention, but again, it's very easy to use, very easy to fly. It can go long distances, which is really good. I think I've flown this over a kilometer away from me. I don't know if I should admit that, because I think part of the rules of flying a drone is you have to make sure that it's always in sight, and it's like, it's so small, like once it's gone, I can't see it. This is my DJI wireless microphone system. 2 of these that just clip on with the magnet on the back, and then you just plug this main receiver or transmitter to the camera. Works great. Super easy to use. Never had an issue with it. This is the GoPro selfie stick. So you just hook the GoPro up onto the end, and then when you're walking on, you just hold it like this. It's even got legs on it for setting it up as a tripod. It would have been great if I could have figured out a way to attach this to the Z30. I still might be able to. It's fine for the GoPro. Got this flashlight here. This is great for when I'm going out and it's dark at night. I have another flashlight upstairs which is super powerful, so I can set this up as a lamp. So this is my new bag. This is the Lowepro Protactic BP 450 AW2. This is a 25-liter bag. I showed my brother this and he told me, oh, that's, with all the gear in it, he held it and he goes, I might not be able to use that as a carry-on when I'm taking a flight somewhere, but I can't see that. I need to get a scale that you can just clip on here and weigh it to see how much it weighs, and then I'll have to check with the airlines to see if there's going to be a problem. I can't see there being a problem. It's not huge or anything, you know. And it's got this section here on the side for the tripod, which I'll show you in a minute, and the strap to hold the tripod in. And you know what? This holds the tripod so secure, way more secure than my previous bag, the Fastback 250. It's got pockets on the sides, holds all my gear and more. Drone can go in the top if I'm taking the drone. Normally I just keep the selfie stick in there, the GoPro selfie stick. But yeah, really happy with the bag. Haven't actually used it out in the field yet. The only time I've used it is in the car, and then I just open it up in the car and grab the camera and walk 5 steps from the car and take a photograph. So the final thing is my new tripod. Lowepro Ranger LS324C carbon fiber. This is so light. I can't believe how light it is. I got the leveling base LB60N, and then the head LH40 ball head. Very happy with this. Love this tripod. Super light, and it fits on the side of the bag great, no issues. The other tripod I have is this old Vanguard. This was my dad's tripod. This thing weighs a ton. This thing is so heavy, but the thing I like about this tripod, super stable. This tripod is so stable on the ground. You could be out in super windy conditions and this tripod will not move. That's what I really like about it. But I rarely take it out unless I know that I'm gonna be wanting to do a photo shoot where I need 2 tripods. Then I'll take it with me, but For the most part, this stays at home. Alright, that's it. I can't believe I got through the whole thing. I was having such a hard time trying to get this all done and trying to use the Z30 for the vlogging and trying to get it all set up, because I ended up purchasing the capture card to help record the videos. Trying to get that all set up, synchronize the audio with the video, so my lips might be a little off, but I tried to get that all set out in the settings in OBS Studio, which is free software, and that's what I'm using to do the vlogging now, which seems to be working okay, so I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, I hope 2025 is going to be a good year for everybody. I'm looking forward to getting out this summer and doing more photography, specifically macro photography. Definitely looking forward to getting the Venus Lau 100mm lens. It's going to be a great year, and I look forward to seeing you out there. So hit the thumbs up, comment below if you want, and please subscribe to the channel, because I'm only at 228 subscribers, and it's like, I don't know what I gotta do to get more subscribers. So I've researched as much as I can on YouTube to try and see what I need to do, but you know, I just keep working at it. It's all good. Okay, talk to you later. Bye for now.